Good afternoon. Welcome to the March 17th City Council meeting, regular City Council meeting. Madam City Clerk, can I please have roll?
Councilmember Warren?
Here.
Councilmember DeForest?
Here.
Councilmember Stone?
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Holliday?
Here.
Mayor Lavelle?
Here.
Let the record reflect all members are present.
Thank you very much. I've asked Councilwoman Stone to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. If you could please remain standing for Doug Cole from Murrieta Church of Christ for the invocation.
Right hand over your hearts. Ready, begin.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Let's pray. Oh, Father God, we thank you for giving us a day like today to live, to enjoy, to plan. Father, we put our trust in you. We put our trust in you, Father, to provide wisdom, to provide the knowledge of right and wrong, of good and evil, and we pray that you would give us that wisdom to know the difference. And Father, as this group plans for the goodness, for the welfare of this city, we understand that you put leaders in place and you have risen these people into this position. Father, give them your wisdom to make decisions, to lead forward, so that this city is blessed with goodness, blessed with safety, the welfare of your people. Father, we thank you for your presence, for your spirit that gives us that wisdom. So, Father, we pray that you would bless this group today with your wisdom to accomplish your purposes for the good of your name. Father, we pray this in Jesus' name. Amen.
Looks like we have some recognition for the finance department. Javier, would you like to, or I'm sorry, where's my, okay, there it is. Oh, you have it, okay. All right, Government Finance Professionals Week. Whereas public finance professionals play a vital role in ensuring fiscal integrity by the responsible stewardship of public funds, and whereas the City of Murrieta's Finance Department is responsible for safeguarding public resources, providing accurate financial reporting, and ensuring compliance with financial regulations, while simultaneously supporting city employees through dependable payroll administration and financial services. Whereas government finance professionals provide essential services that support the City Council's ability to make informed decisions that benefit the residents, businesses, and community of Murrieta. And whereas the City of Murrieta's Finance Department expertise, dedication, and commitment to excellence have helped ensure the public funds are managed responsibly and efficiently, thereby contributing to the long-term financial stability and sustainability of the city. And whereas the City of Murrieta Finance Department has been recognized throughout the years of excellence in financial management, including the most recent Government Finance Officers Association Certificate of Achievement for Excellence in Financial Reporting in 2026. The Government Finance Officers Association Triple Crown Award for Distinguished Budget Presentation in 2026, the Government Finance Officers Association for Popular Annual Financial Reporting in 2026, and whereas Government Finance Professionals Week provides an opportunity to recognize the important contribution of finance professionals who work diligently behind the scenes to serve public interest and uphold the highest standards of integrity and professionalism. Now, therefore, I, John Lavelle, on behalf of the City of Murrieta, do hereby proclaim the last week of March as Government Finance Professionals Week and extend our sincere appreciation to the Finance Department for their dedication, hard work, and valuable contributions to the City of Murrieta. Congratulations. Can the whole team please stand up so you can be recognized as we're clapping? I think you have to come say some words, Javier. You know, just before you do, like this is such a common theme, it seems, with you and awards and recognition. I mean, have you ever lost anything?
You don't have to answer that.
Well, no. Well, thank you for the proclamation and recognizing the team. And I have to share with you, we have the best people that works in finance. They do such a great work. They're talented, most importantly. They really care for the city. They enjoy what they do. And everything that we do very good is because of them. And my job is easier because of them. And so all the credits to the finance team for what they do, and they do very well. So thank you, finance. I appreciate everything you guys do. And I'm glad that CSMFO is recognizing the last week in March as the Government Finance Professionals Week, because they do deserve recognitions at least once a year, but we try to do it more often. So thank you for your support as well, and thank you for Justin and Kristen and Scott for their support to our team and providing us with the tools and resources that we need to do our job. And I know they're doing a great job as well. So thank you.
Very well done. Before I ask the city council, city manager, would you like to say a few words?
Yeah, I would. Thank you very much. Can't say enough good things about our finance department, or as I like to call them, Team Money. And not just because I continue to get paid every single 2 weeks, which is just great. but really, they do a lot. And I think our council knows how special the team is, but many members of the community might not know just how unique it is to have such a great finance team. And it's actually not that uncommon that we see cities that are in lots of financial trouble, even to the extent of declaring bankruptcy or doing other things, extreme measures, because they've been mismanaged. And we've been on the exact opposite trajectory for the last number of years, where things have gotten better and better and better, and clean audits and healthy balances and all the things you'd like to see in a well-run city. But also, the department does a lot, and their calendar never really stops. So sometimes I walk down the hallway and they say, we got to get through budget, and then we'll have a moment to breathe, and then the budget's over, and they say, well, we just got to get through the audit, and then we'll have a moment to breathe, and then the audit ends, and then they say, well, we just got to get through this update to our, it really never ends. They're around the clock because they're doing payroll, they're doing budget development, financial reporting, procurement. It's an ongoing engine that always runs. I really appreciate what they do, and not just the daily work, but they're always looking for ways to improve their reporting, to be more clear and concise with the information they give to me or to council. They indulge me constantly when I say, could we look at it this way or could we look at it that way? So they're a nimble bunch, high-powered, and again, the position we're in, our ability to do so much of the direct services that we're able to do, public safety and everything else, come by way of a well-run city financially, and they're responsible for that. So thank you all very much.
Thank you, city manager. Bring it up. I know Ron's going to want to say something, but we'll start with Councilwoman Warren.
Sounds like somebody needs to breathe.
Yeah.
I always thought you were the team no, because when we ask for money, you say no. That's not true. You are amazing. You have made our jobs very easy to understand. The numbers, I do like numbers a lot, but when you're looking at so many numbers and so many big numbers, it does get overwhelming. And I want to thank you for allowing us the opportunity to learn what you do through the reports and the presentations that you give, because they are amazing. And I know just the people that are giving the presentations aren't always the people doing the work behind the scenes. And so all of you play a big part in what we see. And I want to say thank you. And you know what? I've said this about public safety, and I've said it about many departments, and I'm going to say it out loud. We are blessed to have the very best. So thank you and congratulations for all you do for Murrieta.
Thank you. Councilwoman DeForest.
Thank you, Mayor. I just want to say it's kind of appropriate to talk about money on St. Patrick's Day, because all of you would know exactly how many coins were in the bucket that we're going to get right at the end of the rainbow. So I just want to thank you all for everything that you do. Finance is the backbone of our city, and we couldn't do anything without you. So we wouldn't be able to pay the bills, and I know that I don't want the lights to be shut off while I am here in a council meeting. So thank you so much, and it's so amazing how many awards that you guys have gotten. Great, amazing leadership, but I know it's the whole team that makes it happen. So thank you for being part of the team finance. And I know that Parks and Rec say they're the Department of Fun. I don't know. You guys are probably the Department of Fun, right? Because you got the money to do something fun. So thank you for that.
Thank you.
Mayor.
Councilwoman Stone.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. So team money, when it comes to numbers, I struggle. I'm not like Councilmember Holliday where that's his language. And I have to tell you that how you present the reports makes somebody who is not a numbers person understand. I want to thank Javier for always answering all my questions. I appreciate it. And we all know that the leadership starts at the top. And with your department, you are leading that effort. And I know that you're very proud of your team, as we all are very proud. But I also want to give an extra kudos to our city manager, because I've challenged him even publicly about saving the city money. And he reported to me yesterday that since he's been with us, and again, the leadership starts at the top, he's been able to mitigate close to $2 million for us. So with your guidance and with his out-of-the-box thinking, again, the leadership does start at the top, and I want to thank our city manager for all of his efforts in saving us close to $2 million that will help us if there are challenges moving forward. You know, it's an election year, and it does affect our economy, and we are seeing the effects of the economy right now here in Murrieta. So congratulations. Thank you for your due diligence, and I know that the residents of Murrieta, if they're not hearing us today, I'm sure that the social media will be stating your award and all the accomplishments, and any way that we can communicate to our residents that we're in good financial shape is always a plus for our community. So again, thank you so much.
Thank you. And Mayor Pro Tem Holliday.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Yeah, 3.5 years ago when I got elected, I don't know if Javier was dreading me being on council, since I'm a financial professional, investment advisor, and my love language is numbers. But oh yeah, I apologize to her all the time. But Javier's been a consummate professional. In fact, everybody I've worked with on the team, which unfortunately I haven't worked with all of you, but everyone I've worked with on the team has all been super professional, open to suggestions and questions, and which can be challenging when someone is in the financial field as well, because like it's your sandbox, not mine. But I appreciate the collaboration, I appreciate the professionalism, and you guys are all rock stars. Thank you.
Thank you. Do you guys, I mean, since all these awards have been happening, does he walk in like Conor McGregor some days and just swagger everywhere? Like, I imagine this, I mean, again, maybe the most regular recognition awards of any department since I've been here.
It's actually a secret plan that Javier hatched, that if we get into hard financial times, he's collected so much hardware that they can actually melt it down and sell it and get us out of a pinch. So the whole team's really pulling their weight.
Well, going to the business of what is smoldering, right? Yeah, repurposing precious metals. Okay, smelting, there you go, smoldering. Smoldering is what a fire does when you want to put it out, I think. You know, good job. You touched on it, Javier. You gave all the acknowledgement right back to your staff, and you guys, just from the smiles on your face, I can tell you're all very happy. Javier seems like an amazing leader for you guys, and the dynamic you have, it has to be just amazing because of the recognition you're getting. So thank you all for what you do, making our job much easier and decipherable to the public, and being financial stewards for the taxpayers' money. So thank you. Javier, will you come down and we'll take a picture? Yeah?
Can we all join?
Yeah, the whole team, yeah.
All right, can I get you in between Mayor and Mayor Pro Tem? Thank you. Yes. And then, yeah, just everyone squish in a little bit more. We like each other a lot, right? Go. Perfect. Thank you.
Ringtone, text tone, cha-ching. Oh, you know what? We forgot this. Got this. You got your novel. Okay, moving on. Are there any changes to our agenda? Madam City Clerk.
Seeing none, Mr. Mayor.
I'd like to call for a motion and a second, please. Motion by Councilwoman Warren and a second by Mayor Pro Tem Holliday. Please vote.
Motion carries unanimously, 5-0.
Thank you. Moving on, City Manager update. Mr. Clifton, what do you have for us?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Just a couple of things this evening. Firstly, we're going to do a little more to highlight some of the good work that our team does periodically. And this evening, I wanted to talk to you and the community a little bit about one of our most recent initiatives, which was to do some lean training with the city staff. So for those that aren't familiar, lean is kind of a process improvement framework that really looks at eliminating waste. Some people have probably heard lean or Lean Six Sigma. They're both kind of different sides of the same coin in terms of looking for efficiency, but this training in particular focused on lean. So we brought in a group from the Denver Peak Academy. The city and county of Denver has done a lot of this work over the years, saving millions of dollars, both in hard costs and in soft costs, which are just resources that get to be reallocated to higher priorities. I think we had about 50 people participate in the training from across departments. So we had police officers and finance professionals and building and planning teams and you name it, people across the board. And at the same time, we also did a training with our department heads, which was titled Leading Like an Innovator, which was all about how to make sure we're fostering a culture of innovation. A core lean principle is that people that are closest to the work are empowered to make the changes so that it's not really a top-down approach. If anything, it's a bottom-up approach to say, hey, for those that are really dealing with a process at the counter, out in the field, where do you see opportunities to improve, and empowering them to submit and suggest those ideas, and then to do some of the process mapping and other skills that were learned to try to create some efficiency. So we're at the very beginning of that now, but it's really exciting to see some of the enthusiasm. We have team members that are already lining up to do follow-up training, that are starting projects and starting process mapping, so that, and we will track as best we can where we find efficiency and where we save the city money. It's in the spirit of celebrating our finance team that we look to do our part too on the operations side to make sure we remain a fiscally solvent community. So just wanted to highlight that for you.
Are they going to, are they going to get a, I did this many, many moons ago, but the belt certification, I think I have a yellow, I know I have a yellow belt.
Yeah, so there isn't really a fully standard program, but the training we did was loosely a green belt training, and then there are opportunities to go all the way through black belt where we really get into some more complex diagrams and process maps and things like that. So I also have a certification in lean, but it's been a while, so it was a great refresher for me. It's just a nice additional handful of tools in the toolbox so that we can keep building something special. And with that, Next, I'd like to invite Hilda Sam up, our Public Information Officer, to tell us a little bit about what's going on in Murrieta.
Hello, good afternoon, Honorable Mayor and City Council. I am here to once again encourage everyone to participate in the upcoming events and programs that the city has to offer. Restaurant Month is still going on throughout March, and we're doing that in participation with the Murrieta-Wildomar Chamber of Commerce. You can check out the link listed on this slide, and you can join in and get a chance to win some wonderful gift cards to our local restaurants. Market night is coming up this Thursday. Please come enjoy our downtown area and check out some of our local vendors. And then also in partnership with the Murrieta-Wildomar Chamber of Commerce, our bi-monthly Coffee with the City is coming up next week at the Murrieta Hot Springs Resort. You can join us to get an update from our special events team. And speaking of special events, we have plenty coming up, including our race weekend at the end of this month, the ever so popular Spring Extravaganza on April 4th, the Firefighters Barbecue on April 18th, and then a little bit further out, we have our Memorial Day ceremony coming up on May 25th. Also, our Murrieta magazine is now live on our website at murrietaca.gov/connect. If you would like to receive a physical copy, you can request one by emailing this address, connect@murrietaca.gov. Just make sure you include your name and mailing address, because we don't know that by, you know, sorry. We should. And as always, we invite you to stay connected with us on murrietaca.gov/connect and also on our social media pages on Facebook and Instagram.
Do we keep any physical copies of the magazine at City Hall?
Yes, okay. Yes. We'll be getting some at City Hall and distributing throughout our city facilities.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Moving on to government body and commission committee reports. This is the time you get to hear about what we've been doing and reporting out on the committees we sit on over the last 2 weeks. So I'll start with Councilwoman Warren.
Thank you, Mayor. Busy couple of weeks, but that's always the case. On March 11th, I attended the Riverside County Transportation Commission meeting. There was a lot of updates and legislative stuff that we talked about. The one thing I thought you might be quite interested in is the Interstate 15 Express Lane project Southern Extension. The commission approved a cooperative agreement with Caltrans authoring up to, hold on to yourself guys, $38.1 million for Caltrans to provide oversight during the design and construction of the I-15 express lanes, which will extend the express lanes from Cajalco Road in Corona to State Route 74 in Lake Elsinore right now. That's what we're working on. It'll help reduce congestion along the corridor. This project will add 2 toll lanes, express lanes in each direction over approximately 15.8 miles, along with bridge improvements and related freeway upgrades, and the initial segment anticipated to open to traffic by 2030. So nothing really fast, but maybe faster than usual. I attended the City Selection Committee meeting representing Murrieta on behalf of Mayor Lavelle, and this afternoon, Councilmember Holliday and I attended the Town Square Park and Amphitheater Ad Hoc Committee meeting, and an update will be coming before council and for the public sometime in April. And then the fun stuff, attended the PWR's general meeting, Chamber of Commerce mixer, which was awesome. It was at Europa and it was lots of fun. Attended the Temecula group, Murrieta Temecula group meeting where our own Dr. DeForest talked about higher education. That was very informative. I got to attend also the 3rd annual Days in Her Shoes, hosted by our own Councilmember Stone. Great day, so many fun people, got to network and it was wonderful. So Lori, great job. Miss April's dance. My granddaughter's very involved in that program. And so I wanted to highlight the good things that Miss April's does And we have another rising star, which happens to be Hilder's son was in hip hop. Is that correct, what he was in? So that's him right there in the orange. He was amazing. And my son was in the dance, and he needs help with his, I don't know what he was doing, but it was kind of scary. And there was a little girl in the little pink outfit. All she did was this. And every time she was supposed to twirl, she'd do this, and she'd blow kisses to her grandpa, and that's what it was all about. Again, she was having so much fun just being up there and kissing people. It was just so much fun to watch that. We had the wonderful and fabulous ribbon cutting and grand opening for Chapel Coffee. Just what a family, taking a tragedy and turning it into something beneficial for so many. And so my heart went out to that family. I also had a nice meeting with Mr. Patrick Ellis and got caught up on what's going on with the Chamber Innovation Center. And then on March 14th, Councilmember Holliday attended the Safe Futures Celebration fundraiser for Safe Family Justice Center. And like always, if you need to reach me, my email is listed, and so my phone number, and please give me a call. Thank you. That concludes my report.
Thank you. And Councilwoman DeForest, you're up.
Thank you, sir. Of course, lots going on. Thank you so much for the support, Councilwoman Warren at the Southwest Riverside Higher Education. We got to speak at the Murrieta Temecula group, which was really informative and talking a lot about Dr. Roger Schultz's retirement. Facilitated a couple meetings with constituents about developmental issues, still working on those. And just thank you to Scott Agajanian for taking my calls at strange hours, and also for helping people in Wildemar figure out their problems. That has been a trend. I'm getting calls from people not in the city of Murrieta wanting help with issues. So thank you for Scott to figure out where a lot of these people are actually residing, and they are sad that they don't live in our city. So I'll just say that. So a lot of local residents are asking about the Hayes Bridge. I keep having meetings and chatting with a lot of them. Next meeting we'll have hopefully moving forward and an update on that. I'd just like to say happy St. Patrick's Day to everyone, and happy birthday to my son Logan, who happens to be my leprechaun. So thank you, Mr. Mayor.
You're welcome. Councilwoman Stone, for just the acknowledgement and announcement, I have granted Councilwoman Stone a little extra time today to highlight some things she's been doing and working on. So, Councilwoman Stone.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. So last week, I held the 3rd annual A Day in Her Shoes conference at Murrieta Hot Springs. I want to thank our police chief for allowing the CBAT to participate in the mental health session. And I also want to thank our 2 captains that were there to support the CBAT team. In addition, our very own Brian Ambrose was part of that mental behavior health session as well. And there are 2 videos I'd like to share with you at this time.
Ashley Hutchinson is a licensed psychotherapist specializing in trauma recovery and military life culture. Her clinical experience spans EMDR, internal family systems, and trauma-informed clinical hypnosis, with a particular focus on treating PTSD, addiction, and generational trauma among veterans, first responders, and survivors of abuse. Beyond her private practice, Ashley serves as an adjunct professor at Arizona State University, teaching graduate students psychological assessment and diagnosis. A sought-after speaker, she presents to organizations organizations from NAMI to the California Teachers Association, making difficult mental health topics accessible through her direct, witty, and deeply human approach. A recipient of the National Infantry Association's Shield of Sparta, Ashley continues championing mental health access in underserved communities. Officer Amber Ruzick serves with the Murrieta Police Department, bringing 5 years of dedicated service in patrol operations and community-based policing. Now assigned to the Community Behavioral Assessment Team, she brings extensive experience responding to mental health crises across diverse community settings. Working closely with mental health clinicians, community partners, and emergency services, Officer Ruzick supports individuals experiencing behavioral health emergencies. Her work emphasizes trauma-informed response, de-escalation, and connecting people to treatment and services they need. Through compassionate, thoughtful interactions, she's committed to building trust while prioritizing both public safety and community well-being. Ashley Servan serves on the CBAT team with Amber and is an associate marriage and family therapist with over 7 years of experience in mental health. Her career has taken her from residential treatment facilities to Riverside County's Youth Intervention Hospitalization Program, and now to the Murrieta Police Department Community Behavioral Assessment Team, where she provides crisis-focused assessment and intervention. Certified in crisis intervention and management, Ashley works with individuals across all ages, as well as couples and families. Ashley's clinical approach centers on safety, compassion, and collaboration, supporting clients through both immediate crisis and long-term healing. Unmacked is a champion for the community's most vulnerable. After 38 years in Murrieta raising her family and witnessed firsthand how economic changes affect homelessness in the region. In 2003, with a servant's heart, she left her successful real estate career to answer a calling and founded God's Fan Club, also known as Project Touch, a nonprofit that unites faith-based communities with business and civic organizations. Under her leadership, Project Touch has grown to provide 265 year-round transitional and emergency beds. For the past 3 years, she's been contracted by the City of Murrieta to operate their emergency shelter, transforming countless lives through education, healing, and hope. Women in Mental Health is facilitated by Lori Stone.
The reason why I became homeless was through domestic violence. My husband and I didn't see eye to eye in a lot of things, and then he became, first he was mentally abusive, then he became verbally abusive, and then he became physically abusive, and I believe it was the drugs, because he was a drug addict. I was a drug addict back in the day too, an alcoholic, and it just came to the point where my life was in danger.
We're notified that somebody, a female, was living in her car in one of our businesses here in Murrieta. Some days she would be absolutely a joy to be around, very funny, very charismatic. Other times she was belligerent, and I believe the first time I met her, she was in the belligerent mood.
I would curse this man out left and right. I would just, oh my goodness. At the beginning, the police did harass me, and then they got to know me. They knew exactly who I was, so when they kept calling, I see a woman walking in the middle of the night, because that's what I would do. The drugs would make you walk in the middle of the night. I wasn't afraid. I wasn't afraid, and then I would have the police officer, and they would actually watch over me. They started taking care of me. They would see me, and they would bring me back to where I was supposed to be, and they knew where I stayed at, so I had no problem. They knew my home, and it was hilarious because I got to know them on a personal note. And they got to know me on a personal note. They knew my story, and they watched over me, and I felt safe.
It's very hard to understand what a homeless person is, especially a person that's been living, weeks, months, even years when they're living in their car, when they're living outside. It's incredibly difficult on them mentally, physically, emotionally. But the wear it takes on an individual mentally is just something that can't be fathomed.
Your drug dealers befriend you. They befriend you and they come to you and they know that you're vulnerable. And not knowing if I was ever going to see my kids again, not knowing if I was able to be clean, it was hard.
Our entire job when someone's in their car or living out on the street is to lift up rock bottom until they realize that there are solutions for them.
Something told me it's time to go. And that's where they showed me, they took me to Riverside and they told me about their organization. You know, if I got into a program, then I could come here to Project Touch. And they more or less got me off the streets. It's not like the shelters that people are thinking, you know, where it's cold, you know, scary. It was felt warm and cozy and loving, and I was well welcomed. And that made me feel safe.
And I would call, you know, after one day, call and say, how's Veronica doing? Well, she's causing some trouble, but she's still here. You know, a couple days later, I would call, a week, a month, and then it turned into a few months, and Veronica was still there. So we were just, and I say we, there was a whole team behind me. We had 4 police officers that work on our community policing team. There was members of the Riverside County that were actively watching this case. And so to see those success stories, it's what keeps us going.
I never thought I could ever do it. I was an addict for over half my life. I take care of up to 8 women. These women's stories are unbelievable and they're heartbreaking. And I had to make sure that, you know, they understand the rules, the guidelines. I'm more of a house mom, house lead there. It's where the responsibility of it is I just need to make sure that they have that come to their curfew, you know, they abide by everything they're supposed to be doing, that they're job searching, that they're trying to move forward.
To this day, when we do street outreach with our city council members or any interested member of the public, often we stop by at the women's shelter side. And if Veronica is available, I'll have her talk to some of our council members to show that, you know, success can happen.
And I kept telling them that there is another door. You know, one closes, one will open up, and there is a pot at the end of the rainbow, and things can change, and things will change as long as you set your mind to it. You know, you got to just keep moving forward and being positive.
We have the resources to get you off the street. We just need you to make that phone call and allow us to come alongside you and help.
I believe that I have a family besides my biological family. I have a family here with Project Touch. And I see the love and I feel the love, and I never felt that.
Veronica, I am so fortunate to have met you, to be a part of your story. I appreciate everything that you have been through, and I just want you to know you are a role model for myself, for our homeless outreach team, for Project Touch, and for the Murrieta Police Department.
The long journey. My life has been a long journey, but I'm at peace right now where I'm at.
Mr. Mayor, I want to thank Brian, who has impacted so many people on the streets. Veronica is an example of success. His tenacity of never giving up. Veronica had been on the street for many years, and there were several times that she wanted help, but she was not ready. And the minute she made that phone call, Brian Ambrose was right there besides Project Touch, besides Ashley Hutchinson, who's the clinical therapist who actually works in the city of Murrieta. We have such a success right here in Murrieta with our partnership, public-private partnerships between government and nonprofits. The partnership that we have with the County of Riverside, our police department, and the partnerships that Brian has developed over the years. I want you to know that when he started this, he knew nothing about mental behavior health and homeless. He is the lead in Riverside County for the success and how we're dealing with mental behavior health and homelessness, in addition to Care Solace, who our council 3 years ago voted to have resources available 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, that you can call somebody and talk to a live person, whether you're dealing with mild, medium, or severe depression or anxiety. This is what our council has invested in the #1 crisis in America today. That's mental behavior health. So thank you.
Thank you. Excellent videos. Mayor Pro Tem Holliday.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I don't know that I can follow that, Lori. Yeah. Great job. As Councilwoman Warren said, we attended the Town Square Park and Amphitheater Subcommittee. We're about wrapped up with that and bringing back the final changes from council suggestions at the second meeting in April, I believe. That's my only governing body report. As far as announcements, I attended the Murrieta Market Nights a week and a half ago. If you haven't been to that, it is a great time. Temecula tried to model their market nights after us and failed miserably, and so they shut it down. But I see one of the council members at ours all the time. Yeah, Stu is always there and enjoys it. So that group is doing a great job. If you haven't been out there, like I said, check it out. Went to the Murrieta Willamar Chamber of Commerce networking breakfast. Was always a good time. I think we had 50% of the participants were Murrieta staff members, but it's always great to celebrate our team. And then we all attended, I think all of us were there, the grand opening of Chapel Coffee, which is on our downtown Murrieta section. And Faith Zember is who runs that in her ministry, Lily Kelly Ministries. She lost her daughter years ago and has formed that ministry out of stuff that her daughter wrote in her journal. And it's, you get a chance to go in there and chat with Faith. It'll be eye-opening for you. She's done great. She's got it. She operated only 2 days a week for a long time because she didn't connect to sewer, couldn't connect to sewer, and then she raised the money for that and got connected to sewer. So now she's open 5 or 6 days a week. It's on Washington Street in downtown Murrieta, so check that out. And then, as Councilmember Warren also said, we were at the Safe Futures Celebration, which is something I try and make every year. It's a great organization. Safe has gone through many names over the years. SAFE stands for Safe Alternatives for Everyone, for those dealing with domestic violence. And that is it. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Actually have pictures and words for, look at this. Thanks to the amazing Rachel. This would not be here if it wasn't for her going back and reviewing my calendar and remembering what I did not remember. So so much kudos to her and Rosa. They are lifesavers. Anyway, I was at the Day in Her Shoes, that event. I think I've been all 3 years. It gets bigger and bigger and bigger. So kudos to everyone involved. The topic this year was awesome, and the support that's behind this in the venue. It's a wonderful event. I also went to the 2026 SoCal Trades Festival or Committee or whatever. It had at Murrieta Valley, they had the CTE program got the upperclassmen into the, I don't have any pictures of that, but into the basketball court, and they had all these trades there, kind of educating the kids on, what the job was, how to get there, anyway, it's an amazing program. Our CTE program, our pathways to that type of industry, it's one of my favorite things about our school district. So really, really happy to be there. And I went to the ribbon cutting for the Amato Apartments right there, and they are so nice. Definitely not cheap. I don't know that I could afford to live there, but it's beautiful, beautiful. I don't know how many units, a lot, but Mr. Holliday, was just you and I there? Yeah, Lori was there? Yeah. It's the one with the horse out front, so. Horses. Great product. If you haven't seen it, you should go by and just check it out. They're beautiful and great addition to the community. Networking breakfast, fun as always. Banter and jokes with Mr. Holliday up there. commanding the room. I also was at the chapel coffee ribbon cutting. That's such a crucial piece of downtown Murrieta. It's her story alone is motivating, and a quaint little coffee shop in an old town setting is just such a needed piece, and it's well received, and she has a great support group. Her staff is amazing. It was really an honor to be there with her and celebrating that. And then today I met with a land developer for the vineyard housing development that is being planned as we speak. And closing, 20 years today, I went on my first date with my wife. So for me, nice for me, I made it. Here's to 20 more. So anyway, it's crazy to think that so much time has gone by, but I feel the same. So anyway, my contact information is there, email, cell phone, text, and that's all I have. Thank you. Moving on, public comments. Madam City Clerk, are there any non-agenda public comments?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Philip O'Reilly.
Good evening, Mayor, council members, city staff, and everyone else. Happy St. Patrick's Day to you all. As the son of an Irish immigrant, I thought I'd get up here and spread a little love and luck on the city. I know times are hard to say the least, whether you take that at a world, nation, state, or even local level. Life can be tough, and sometimes we need a day like today to celebrate the little things like heritage. My Irish heritage is something I'm very proud of. My name is Philip Michael O'Reilly II, after all. It doesn't get much more Irish than that. My heritage is something that is identifiable by just about anyone who knows my name, really. And in line with this, my family visited Ireland many times in my youth. I saw my family's ancestral home, learned to farm on my uncle's ranch that had been in the family for generations, talking hundreds of years, it's pretty cool. And so much more that make me the little happy little leprechaun that you see today. These things tie me down and ground me in my past, in my story, and in my family's stories. I'm an Irishman, but I'm also many things. 20% Native American, I was culturally raised Mexican and I'm bilingual, I'm the son of 2 immigrants, I'm SoCal born, but more than anything, I'm a Murrieta native. Unfortunately, unlike the other things I mentioned, my Murrieta heritage is one that does not sparkle or speak for itself. And to that, I say yet. Our city has grown astonishingly, from 10 to 110,000 people in my lifetime. This growth has affected us all, and some would say positively, others negatively, but one thing we can all agree upon is this city is a beautiful place to call home. So I stand here and ask, where does home start? Are we truly tasked to be the quiet little brother of the growing tourism industry of our neighboring city? While Lake Elsinore dives deeper into its own branding of Dream Extreme, with things like an upcoming ice skating rink, I can't help but want to sound the alarm and aim to center ourselves on an image. I'm not demanding it be one way or the other, but I am asking that it just be. We need identity, and we need monuments and art to honor that identity, as well as ourselves and our community. This identity has implications at multiple levels, but to bring it all home for me, quite literally, I've been advocating for the Jefferson Avenue widening at Ballesteros for some time now, and I'd like to highlight that my passion for this project and the potential monument it can and should be is only just getting started. It's a long journey, and I'm glad to stand here and champion it week after week. This project has the opportunity to not only be a large and visible monument, but also a cost-effective and efficient one as well. A painting or shadow art on a retaining wall is not off the beaten path financially, and while inevitably it will raise the cost, it will undoubtedly raise the return as well. I'd like to highlight the recent Special City Council workshop where my representative, Dr. Lisa DeForest, where she not only acknowledged city staff's request for beautification and monuments, but she highlighted the extreme lack thereof currently. I'd also like to highlight Mayor Pro Tem Holliday for mentioning at that meeting that we could identify as a health and wellness community. Temecula has got adult Disneyland and debauchery down packed. Lake Elsinore's got the daredevil mentality. And while we've always been known as a great place to raise a family and commute from, I think we can refine that even further and tie it into overall wellness. It was very well put there, Mr. Holliday. I'd say the writing's on the wall, but we haven't really done that yet. Sorry to be a little cheeky, it's St. Patrick's Day. This project at Jefferson Avenue, along with the beautification and identification in general, is something that has been a long time coming, and I'm glad council and staff stands behind it as well. So on a day like today, where we celebrate culture and heritage, let's make it happen for the city as well.
Andy Morris.
There's your green. I see it.
We got it. Well, I'm also half Irish. So for those of you who don't know me, I'm Andy McMorris. I'm board president of Elsinore Valley Municipal Water District and your District 5 representative. And I know how important this community takes our water and public health and safety to heart. And I'm here just to share a few updates from Elsinore Valley. So first, in the city, we have a Cal Oaks pipeline relocation project that's going on. And it's relocating a 16-inch water line along Cal Oaks Road between Hancock Avenue and Via Havre Skyview, covering about 1,200 square feet. This work's going to help to improve our reliability of our water system in the area. Southbound lane closures will remain in place during working hours through the end of March from 9 to 2:30 to help reduce our traffic impacts. We know how important Cal Oaks Road is, so we're really working really hard to reduce any traffic impacts. We are not having anybody out of water. We've had a workaround, so we don't have to worry about any residents being out of water. And our final paving and street work are expected to be completed in April. This project was originally scheduled for completion by June, so we're ahead of schedule, which is great. A couple other just key messages from us is we have a new app out. It's called our 311 Connect app. And this is apps makes it easy for customers to report any issues and get information quickly. Customers can use the app to report leaks, unauthorized hydrant use, and service concerns directly from their phone. It's a really, really neat app. Also, I just wanted to mention again our RARE program. I know times are tough for some people out there. We have a very robust program offering a very large subsidy for customers who are having a tough time. If they qualify for either Edison's or SoCal Gas's program, they're going to qualify for ours. So please, if anybody out there is having a hard time, please reach out to our customer service. And we just came out with a new program called our CAP program. It's Crisis Assistance Program. This is going to offer a short-term support for customers experiencing a temporary emergency to help them prevent any service interruptions. This program is supported by our community donations, giving customers the opportunity to help neighbors in need. So if anybody wants more information about that, please reach out to me. And lastly, we have a really neat spring festival coming up. We are hosting our Splash in the Spring on May 2nd from 10 to 1. And this is a free family event. And thanks to our strong community sponsorship this year, we're going to have In-N-Out truck with free lunch for everybody. This event will also feature Wayland Educational Trailer from Orange County for guided tours. As also, we're going to have a wastewater treatment plant tours. We had 1,000 people last year attend, so we're really looking for more participation from the community, and we'd love to have you guys come out and join us. Thank you, and happy St. Patrick's Day to all of you.
Thank you, Mr. McMorris.
That concludes public comments, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Moving on to the consent calendar. Are there any requests from the City Council to pull any consent items for discussion or recuse from voting?
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to recuse myself from item number 12 as I own property within 1,000 foot of the project.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Madam City Clerk, are there any members of the public requesting to speak on a consent calendar item?
Seeing none.
Thank you. I'd like to call for a motion and a second, please. A motion by Mr. Holliday and a second by Councilwoman Warren. Please vote.
Motion carries unanimously 5-0 with Councilmember DeForest's recusal.
Thank you. Next up, we have our first discussion item. We're going to be talking about a fire truck, I think, or a brush truck. Who do we have?
Good evening, Mayor LaBelle and Council. We're here this evening to talk about the purchase of a Type 3 brush truck. With me is Division Chief David Perez, who runs our fleet and facilities for the fire department. He's going to take the presentation from here. And since we're claiming our Irishness tonight, Bernard Molloy, I think it's worth noting, and Dave Perez. I will turn it over to Chief Perez.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor, council members. Murrieta Fire and Rescue is requesting the purchase of Type 3 brush truck from South Coast Fire Equipment and the necessary upfitting from Johnson Equipment, Motorola Radio Solutions, and L&N Curtis through the HGAC Cooperative Purchasing Contract, which allows the city to obtain competitive bid pricing from a nationwide government procurement program. The new truck will replace Brush 4, currently located in Fire Station 4, which is over 21 years old and has reached the end of its service life. This replacement is part of MFR's capital vehicle replacement schedule, as was identified as an unfunded project in the fiscal year 2025-26 capital improvement project budget, capital improvement plan for fiscal year 25-26 to 29-30. The Type 3 brush truck will cost $788,531.20, which includes a $40,000 contingency for potential change orders for contract force majeure, plus approximately $123,380 for upfitting equipment, for a total cost of $911,911.20. Funding for the Type 3 brush truck will come from an annual allocation from the Measure T fund into the Vehicle Replacement Fund as part of the Vehicle Replacement Program. MFR requests to use the Fleet Replacement Program funds to fund these costs. The full budget will appropriate in the fiscal year in which the truck is scheduled to be delivered. Boise Mobile Equipment was selected by our apparatus committee to ensure continuity within our fleet and to standardize all of our Type 3 brush trucks. This improves the efficiency of training, operations, and maintenance. Here you see a photo of our brush truck. You'll notice the environment is a wildland environment, which is specifically designed for that arena. We recommend council approve the purchase of a Type 3 brush truck through a cooperative purchasing program in accordance with Municipal Code Section 3.08.295. Establish an appropriation in the Fleet Replacement Program Fund in the fiscal year of delivery to fund the purchase of upfitting, and authorize the city manager to approve the South Coast Fire Equipment proposal, issue a $0 purchase order, and execute all necessary documents to initiate construction and procurement of the vehicle. At that point, we're open for any questions you may have for us.
Thank you for the report. Bring it up to council for questions. Councilwoman Warren.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you for the presentation. Question, we have a brush truck that we're gonna retire. That's the end of its life. That's a nice way of putting it. Do we have a state brush truck as well?
We do.
We do have one.
Yes.
So this gives us a brush truck here as an extra brush truck in case that state truck is gone, correct?
That's correct. We have three brush trucks
Right.
in our fleet, and one of those happens to be a state-owned vehicle.
Okay.
And so the state can pull that vehicle with our personnel at any time. The Office of Emergency Services who has given us that vehicle.
And is there ever a time that the state asks us for one of our others brush trucks? And if they do they pay us for the use of that? With our staff that goes with it?
They do. So we are, in California, we're all part of the Master Mutual Aid Agreement, and that is when we send strike teams. When you see our units on fires throughout the state of California, the state requests those resources from us. We can't send them. We are reimbursed for both the cost of the apparatus at the time and the personnel costs that are there. So we do not pay to go to those responses. Right. The state actually covers our costs.
But we would then have 3 at our disposal should we have an emergency here, should one not be away on an assignment. Would that be correct?
Correct.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
That concludes my questions.
Mayor Pro Tem Holliday.
Yeah, I have a couple questions, but first I just want to say that just because something gets old doesn't mean it's no good anymore.
They moved to reserve status.
What type of fuel is this rig?
I'll let you.
It's diesel fuel.
Because we're not anticipating going to any electric fire trucks anytime soon, are we?
Although they are available and they're there, we have not.
Yeah, I know they are. Wow. That's why I'm bringing it up, because I know they're available.
Yes.
And someone was just telling me today that I forget which school district it was, that went to all electric school buses and the battery didn't last the whole day and the kids had to push the bus home. Like, yeah, can you imagine that on a brush fire? Okay, guys, let's push old Bessie home now.
Wow.
So I'm glad that it's diesel. And if I read the staff report correctly, I'm going to round off for a second. It's $1 million and it's 2.5 to 3 years to get it and get it retrofitted. Is that correct?
Correct.
That's insane.
It has reached that point, yes.
I think I'm going to go into business of building fire trucks.
We wish you would.
All right, that's my question.
And I should note that that's not just Murrieta that's experiencing that. That is our entire industry. We are all seeing these delays, seeing this rapid price escalation, and it's the market we're in. We don't have a choice. We have to buy these apparatus to meet the needs that we use them for, and these are the only options out there for us.
Yeah, it's kind of like who else makes an F-22, right? You go to one source for specialized equipment like that. I'm going to let Councilwoman DeForest go before me. I think the queue got messed up.
Thank you, Mayor. Question is, after we spend our $788,000, we have to spend another $123,000 for a radio and what? The shovels and all the paramedic apparatus? Is that?
I'll let you take that.
That's correct. The manufacturer, when they come from manufacturer, they don't have radios, so we have to purchase a radio and install the radio. Sometimes there's specific lights that have to be installed that might be, specific to our region, and then all the equipment. They do not come equipped.
You'd think for that price, they'd come equipped with a bow and everything, right? Wow. Okay. My other question was how long to build it, but thank you, Councilmember Holliday, for that question. We have only one brush truck and then a state brush truck, right? So the one that we're going to retire or put on reserve, this one will replace that one, so we'll only have one? Or how many do we have, brush trucks?
In our fleet?
Yeah.
We have two reserves.
Two reserves.
So, yeah.
Okay.
We have a total of 3.
All right. And with all the wildland fire stuff, isn't there a grant to help cities pay for $1 million apparatus? No. You're looking at me like no.
We've exhausted grant options. Generally, purchasing of large-scale equipment like this there used to be grants, but if those grants go to departments that are volunteer departments or are not funded, like a municipal fire department is.
All right. Well, thank you for this. I will just say that it has been expensive since I've been on council. I think a tiller truck, an engine, and 2 squads. And now a brush truck. So you guys are going to have to cool it on buying things for a while so we can do some stuff on parks and other things, right? All right.
Fire station in there. And
yeah.
I guess it's Javier's fault.
I
So.
know, yeah. Okay, we're going to win the lotto soon. So thanks, Mayor.
Yeah. I only have, it's 4-wheel drive, obviously. When these are not deployed, I have a large truck, obviously. And when you don't drive it, mine has air brakes, but diaphragms dry up, seals go bad. Are we going to use this enough for that not to be a problem?
We have regular maintenance on our vehicles, and we use them regularly in training. So we keep our vehicles in rotation so we don't have to deal with those issues. But there are certainly maintenance with any large apparatus. You have regular maintenance.
They're not like the smaller trucks you guys are out every day. This one would not be as used, I assume.
Correct. It's a cross-staffed apparatus. So our brush rigs sit next to a Type 1 fire engine, which is a traditional fire engine, and we cross-staff those, meaning we will move from our fire engine to the brush rig when we have to respond to a vegetation fire.
Okay. We got the big ladder truck we bought for, what seems to be a climbing number every year. And we got this truck now. What are we missing? What kind of fire department have that we don't? Is there anything else? A tank?
Do you want a list?
No, I'm like, a boat? Yeah, a hovercraft.
Unit, rescue unit, we can go on.
Yeah, anyway, I'm glad you guys are getting more tools to make our city better, safer, in measurable ways. So thank you for the report. I will bring it up. Madam City Clerk, are there any public comments?
Seeing none, Mr. Mayor.
Okay. Any further council member head nods? Nope. And I will call for a motion. And I have a motion by Councilwoman DeForest and a second by Councilwoman Stone. Let's vote.
Motion carries unanimously 5-0.
Thank you. Congrats. Next up, we have consideration of request for financial contribution to Mount San Jacinto College Foundation in honor of retirement Superintendent President Dr. Roger Schultz. Are there any council members who would like to recuse themselves from this item?
Madam Mayor.
Not today.
Excuse me, Mayor. Did you say not today? Not today. Oh, sorry. Okay. Before we begin this item, I just would like to formally disclose my interests. I'm employed by Mount San Jacinto College. I am a professor. I am part of the Mount San Jacinto College Foundation Community Board of Directors. I'm also the chairman of the Southwest Riverside Higher Education Coalition, where we've identified the need for public higher education opportunities in the region and advocate on several governmental levels. So, just to be clear and for the record. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you for that disclosure. Assistant City Manager Kristen Crane.
Yes.
Are you
I
the
can do it.
presenter?
Well, I can just do a quick introduction
Okay.
from over here. So this item was brought forward by Councilmember DeForest at the last council meeting, requesting consideration for the city to make a funding contribution on behalf of Dr. Roger Schultz, who's retiring from Mount San Jacinto College as part of a broader campaign. And there was materials in your packet that talk about what the sponsorship levels are, and I believe that Councilmember DeForest can further speak to this item.
Thank you for the context. I dropped my hammer. That's what that was. Councilwoman DeForest, the floor is yours.
Oh, thank you. If we want to hear public comments first, and then I can speak, or would you like me to speak now?
I speak now. Yeah.
Or forever hold my peace. Okay, thank you so much. We know education affects so much in our community, economic development, social mobility, and the health of our community. So Dr. Roger Schultz has been an amazing advocate for all of those things, and he is retiring. He put a legacy campaign of $100,000 to collect. Of that $100,000, 85% of that money will go directly to the University Center. So the University Center, which is for higher ed, four-year educational offerings, local. There's various different sponsorship levels, but also the 15% will go to immediate needs. Those might be a Murrieta resident that needs a need to help them get classes together, or they do everything from food to possible housing as well of these students. So there's a lot going on with what that immediate need money could be used for as well. But there's sponsorship levels. Those include being able to attend the event as well. There's an event on the 27th of March and on June 6th. The 27th of March is co-sponsored with the Higher Education Coalition. That will be a speakeasy type event. It will be held on the campus, Temecula campus. And what I was asking for is support. Many other cities have given $5,000. Temecula, of course, has given $1 million, but they're also talking about giving money on one side of the fiscal budget and then on the other side. So 5,000 now, maybe they gave $1 million. And then they're talking about giving maybe another $10,000 on top of that. So I would love it if we would, as a city, come forward and support this. It is helping our residents, it's helping the community, and the money will be spent directly on the foundation and on immediate needs. So if there's any questions, if I can answer them, I certainly would. But
before I go to Mr. Holliday, can you clarify, did the city of Temecula give the $1 million or they pledged the $1 million?
no, they gave $1 million.
Already?
Yeah, they've given $1 million towards the University Center Foundation.
Okay.
And they're now pledging for this event specifically. So they're talking about giving over $10,000. I think that's what it was, Kristen, is that correct? 5,000 this quarter and then.
As I understand it, at their budget workshop in May, they will be discussing what level of sponsorship, and that they've been discussing $5,000 to $10,000, but I'm not familiar with the details as far as it's being split between the years.
So I can tell you right now, Menifee has given $5,000, Lake Elsinore has given $5,000. So
So far, that's
Okay.
what has been collected from the cities. And we have 9 cities involved in the Higher Education Coalition, and they've all pledged to give something. So just the monies have not been approved yet.
Gotcha.
So thank you for that.
Thank you for the presentation. Mr. Holliday, you're up.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. You said 85% was to the university fund. The staff report said 75%. Which one is accurate?
85% goes to the University Center, 15% goes to the immediate need.
Because both documents, the staff report and the scholarship levels, all say 75%.
Oh, you're right. It is 75% to the endowment and 25% for immediate needs. I'm sorry.
I just wanted to clarify.
So, or if the city would rather, and you all would rather, the donation can be made completely to the University Center of foundation and none to immediate needs. So there, it is an option as well. I'm sorry about that.
No, no worries. I just, you know me in numbers.
Yeah, and my numbers were spinning around my head, so.
And the second question I have is, we just accepted some money for, we've been asking residents and businesses to support our library expansion. And how do you view this in connection with the fact that we're asking for money from other sources to support the library expansion, and then we turn around and give money to higher education or something? I mean, it seems to me it would have been better off if we did 5,000 or 10,000 to put that towards a thing and not be asking our residents for that. What are your thoughts?
Well, I think that, you know, having the library expansion is important, and people have a specific want to be able to donate to a library for a local. This affects our future. This affects, you know, economic development in the future. This affects our children's children. And I believe that, yes, we asked our community to support the library, but we're also asking our community to support a university center too. So it's not like we're asking one from the other. And as a city, we're supposed to be philanthropic and thinking about the future. And I do believe that this is the future. Education is the future. It's how we get social mobility. It's how, you know, we get out of poverty. It's how we make a difference. And you know, there's been so many stories of students, you know, taking even my anatomy and physiology night class. You know, a single mom of 3, and she's taking that class to better herself. And, you know, then she's an RN when I'm delivering my second son. That was an amazing story. So,
That's pretty cool.
You know, that was just it full circle. So, you know, we really want to support the University Center because, you know, it will truly make a difference. And education is so vitally important for many things, for a healthy community, right?
No, I agree. The education is definitely important. You said that Temecula was donating $1 million. The goal is only $100,000.
So Temecula donated $1 million separate towards the University Center, not towards this campaign ask.
Okay.
So that's why Temecula is coming back and they're saying, well, on top of that $1 million we've already donated, we're going to donate more. So I know that's coming forward, I guess, in their budget meeting.
Okay, thank you. That's all the questions I
Yeah,
have.
good questions. Thank you.
If I'm not mistaken, the Temecula $1 million is only for TI build-outs, correct?
No, there's no caveat on what that can be used for. It is for the University Center.
The physical location.
Yeah.
Okay. Just a couple of questions. The University Center, it's a, I guess not a theory, it's a concept currently. The cities that gave money, the county that have given money, what happens if it doesn't, for some reason, get built? Does that money get returned? Is it paid up front? Do you know how that mechanism works?
Well, the money certainly won't be returned, and it's going to be built. There is no doubt. You know, there is a multi-million-dollar, $50 million tower sitting there. And just the interest that we got at Washington, D.C. for that tower. The buildings, you know, we just need the tenant improvements. We need the infrastructure put inside, and they will come. There's already a line of universities waiting to come, and they're currently in the works with several teaching hospitals
coming forward to wanting a space in the University Center. And I don't know, Dr. Schultz, he's certainly put a legacy forward. If this is his legacy project, by all means, it's not going to fail. He's built an amazing stadium. He's built multiple STEM buildings, all the way from San Jacinto, Menifee, and Temecula campus. He ran a bond for $55 million for the building for the MSJC campus in Temecula. So I'm certain, without a doubt, that this project will not fail, and it will be to fruition in 5 years, if not sooner.
No, I agree, but I'm just posing the question that if it doesn't, what is does the foundation, do they just keep the money? Does it get repurposed? Or I mean, because it is city money, we would have to ask like the direction that goes even if it's a rare or minuscule chance that it doesn't happen or come to fruition, right?
I don't know if we asked that question.
Do you have any context on that?
So the donation, if the city makes a donation, it is to the MSJC Foundation, which is a nonprofit organization that raises money on behalf of Mount San Jacinto College.
But it's raising money.
Earmarked.
It is, and as Councilmember DeForest mentioned, there's also a portion of it could be used towards their university, the general, I forget, it's called Student Success, which is scholarships and things for students. So I believe that those monies would be repurposed towards a greater good that's associated with the Mount San Jacinto College Foundation, which is all about the supporting efforts of Mount San Jacinto College.
Okay. And I think the community college, the supporting the foundation, they have an endowment. Do we know if that has the capability of funding this completely without outside sources, or?
The foundation does not.
They don't?
No.
Okay.
The board would be able to put money into the foundation, but they're certainly not the whole thing.
Okay.
In order to do, it's 100,000 square foot of building that is available. To do the build out, it's about $50 million.
Okay. Okay, I think that's all the questions I have. The breakdown of public and private sponsorships. Do we know anything yet on the breakdown ratio maybe of like how many cities are doing this versus private businesses?
I don't know the exact status of where they're at, but I have heard the director of the MSJC Foundation reference that several other healthcare organizations in the region, large healthcare organizations, are making contributions to this as well. And they're still, because it's running through June, they're still very much in the process of recruiting prospective donors to the campaign.
All right.
At the last working group meeting, Kaiser gave $5,000. And I know that we have 5 healthcare entities, and I think all of them have made statements to a sponsorship.
Okay. Councilwoman Warren.
Thank you, Mayor. Councilmember DeForest, could you elaborate on what type of programs this campus would offer?
So the University Center would offer 4-year degrees. Of that would be allied health, nursing, which right now the nursing program will go away. The relationship is 25 years old between MSJC and Cal State San Marcos. That university relationship will go away because there's no place to house the nursing. So currently we are graduating, or Mount San Jacinto is graduating 61 students per graduating class for nursing. That will go away. We already know we have a shortage of nurses in this region dramatically. So with this University Center, we'll be able to double or triple that depending on what other entities come in. Also engineering, there is a lot of interest right now in AI, bringing in AI educational pieces. There has been talks of doing childhood development, as well as housing some of maybe fire science as well as police science there, if we end up doing some partnering with different cities for public training facilities.
And it's my understanding, and just I want yes or no, that there are many colleges, 4-year universities, private and non-private that are very interested in being a part of this build out. Is that correct?
It is. It is amazing how many people are coming to the table. Once some more infrastructure gets done by Mount San Jacinto, there will be a line, and I think that the facility will be completely, used up very fast. And we're talking about even looking to the future and building another tower. There's the plans for exact same tower to be built, and that could house more university offerings.
So a large university here in Southern California or Arizona or whatever could actually put a satellite program in this tower under their school's name, and a student from here could graduate from that college going to attending it here. I just want to make sure I understand that correctly.
So yes, so you would go to Mount San Jacinto College for 2 years, and then you would graduate from USC, and you would never have to set foot on USC
or
UCLA or Cal State San Marcos. That is the goal, to keep our talent local and to not allow our students not to see their full potential by driving on the freeway and getting discouraged and not being able to afford it. So we're going to keep our local talent local and nurture it here.
I had a couple of constituents ask me that question, so I thought I'm going to ask it because I think I know the answer, but thank you for confirming it. That concludes my questions. Thank you, Mayor.
You're welcome. Mr. Holliday's back in the queue.
Yeah, I thought of a couple more, sorry. Since this was something that you had asked to be brought forward, there wasn't a recommendation from staff in the report. Do you have a recommended level that you would like to see?
Are you asking staff or you're asking me?
I'm asking you.
Oh, yes.
Theirs would have been in the report.
Yeah, I would like us to donate $5,000 or $10,000 for this cause.
One of those two. And considering you said it was 50 million?
50 million for the whole entire.
Now remember, build out.
We always say, how do you eat an elephant?
One bite at a time.
One bite at a time.
I understand.
And since you are a numbers guy, you can understand that one floor might cost us $8 million to build out,
sure.
right? So.
But really a $5,000 or a $10,000 donation is somewhat symbolic in the sense that, as you said, it's going to be built regardless. Those benefits are going to come regardless. It's really a symbolic donation that we're supporting Mount San Jacinto College.
I think we're supporting
and Roger.
We're supporting a legacy of Roger Schultz. We're also supporting our future, right? Roger's been a president for 18 years. That's one of the longest running presidents. And look what our region has, what our students have.
Mount San Jacinto College is amazing.
It is amazing. There's 5,000 kids on the waiting list at Mount San Jacinto right now.
I went to Mount San Jacinto back in the day.
Yeah. So we'll have to get you an alumni hat.
Nah.
So
Roger wasn't born when I went there. It's come a long ways from where it was when I went there, for sure.
Yeah, it is amazing. I mean, from the campus at San Jacinto to where it is now.
That's all you got? Okay, no more questions from council. Madam City Clerk, are there any public speakers on this?
Patrick Ellis.
The Irishman himself.
Good evening, Mayor, Council, Patrick Ellis. I wear my hat today, though, as President of the MSJC Foundation Board, and I support what Councilmember DeForest is bringing forward to you today. To hopefully clarify some of the questions, this tower will be built. The college is going to invest money that they do have already allocated for it. They have to do certain things to that side of the building anyways. And so this will ultimately happen as a partnership with the college as an overall aspect. So it will be done. And so any contributions will be allocated. The foundation does, unfortunately, their endowment is every single dollar that is in that endowment is tagged for something specific. And so it is our job as a foundation board to grow now a new endowment that will specifically be for this. And this is part of that process. But I will challenge you in that the reason that this is extremely important, I think we all know how important post-secondary education is for our community. We have a great community college. We have a community college that is actively working to create opportunities to provide baccalaureate degrees right here with the small windows that the state is allowing us right now. But we keep trying to open that door a little bit more every chance we get. But this would open up a huge window of opportunity for our entire valley. And so a support from a city, from all the cities would be yes, it would be, more of an honorarium type of thing, but it shows the support. And I challenge you all because I have seen most of you say, and I've seen many who have sat on this dais for years and years, every single month at our Student of the Month breakfast, beg our students because they have to leave our valley to go and get a degree, and beg them, literally beg them to come back. And we know that if a student leaves our valley to go and get their degree, the chances of them coming back are slim. If we can provide opportunities right here in our valley where they don't have to leave, where they can get a very high-end baccalaureate degree in a field that is in demand for our area, does that not really drive home what we have been talking about for years and years? So I will support Dr. Lisa DeForest and what she's trying to do here, and ask that you support her also financially and show that support from the city of Murrieta. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other speakers?
Seeing none.
Seeing none. All right, bringing it back. Now we're going to do council comments and discussion. I have Councilwoman Lori Stone.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. So I've written down quite a bit I'd like to go over and discuss. It's been mentioned that the other cities are going to be participating in a sponsorship level. For me, we had the EDC here asking the city of Murrieta for $32,000 for regional economic development. And I was adamantly opposed to it because I believe that the EDC is not effective. Even though all the other cities have participated, it's my job to be cognizant of public funds. And I even suggested taking that $32,000 and putting it back into our economic development department because they are doing a phenomenal job. So with regards to the other cities, I still have to be cognizant of our money here in Murrieta. When it says that it affects economic development, yeah, it probably would affect economic development, but I believe that the city of Murrieta and the region is doing phenomenal right now. With regards to the word poverty, this region is not in poverty. We are a very well established region with the median income, I believe, of about $130,000, would you say, economic development? Yes, about $130,000. So I think we're doing very, very well. I can no longer state that I have not voted for a fee increase because 2 years ago, we voted on a CFD for public safety. Why? Because there's not enough money in the coffers as we have an extra 30,000 people coming to the city of Murrieta. We have to figure out a creative way of funding our police department, and this was one way, was through a CFD, which I was not happy about, but to remain one of the safest cities in the state of California and in the nation, public safety has to be our #1 priority. So I voted on that CFD because, again, there's not enough funds to accommodate the extra police that we need on the street, the supportive staff. In addition, we need to expand our police department. Personally, last year, I held a fundraiser for our library. Those were private donations because we didn't have enough money to build out our library. How am I going to go back to those donors and say that we've allocated public funds for sponsorship for a foundation that does not directly impact the city? I challenged our city manager to save the city $1 million. And I reported out earlier that he has saved the city $2 million because our financials were not the best last year. But our financial team has done some very creative maneuvering. Our city manager has done his job well beyond the call of duty. In my district alone, we need a pool. Our pool has collapsed. And while it was mentioned at the goal session meeting that a splash pad would be sufficient, no, it will not be sufficient. In the 4th district, they want a pool, and the pool is $15 million. Do I want to spend $15 million on a public pool? Absolutely not. I'm sure we could build a pool for about $8 million, but that's a necessity that impacts our residents directly that they want. In Councilmember Holliday's district, we've been working for the last 5 years on a soccer field to bring soccer to Murrieta. But unfortunately, there's a vermal pool that we have to deal with now. And what that's costing us to mitigate that so we can bring on a use that our community wants and a use that generates tax revenue. That is a high priority. In Councilmember DeForest's district, since before we were elected, while we were campaigning, there was an outcry to upgrade the equestrian center that's still sitting there with nothing going on. The horse community wants that equestrian center up and running. It's been sitting there, and it's unfair that we would give public funds again to a foundation when we have necessity right here in our community. I agree, higher education is important, but also trade schools are very, very important as well, not just higher education, and there's got to be a balance. Roger Schultz has done a phenomenal job for the last 20 years. When you're paid $435,000 a year, you would hope that you are going to leave the organization in a better place than when it was when he took it over. And I commend him for the efforts that he has done for Mount San Jacinto College. Unfortunately and sadly, I cannot support using public funds to sponsor a foundation when we have necessities and needs and wants and requests. We just finished our goal session meeting. There's not enough money for us to do everything that we want to do. 5,000 or 10,000 adds up. When we keep giving little bits of here and little bits of there, it will add up. And our priority, our number one priority is our residents first and foremost. I cannot support giving public funds. And with that, I'm actually going to make the motion not to fund the foundation $1 until our needs are met here for our residents here in Murrieta. That concludes my comments, Mr. Mayor.
Okay. All right, I'll have a motion on the floor. I'll call for a second. I think it's going to die, but we're going to get through some more of the comments and pick this up. Anything procedurally? Or is it motion's killed?
No, the motion, there is
Okay.
no second. And so I would move on with,
Okay, moving on. Councilwoman Warren.
Thank you, Mayor. This is not an easy topic for me. I have stood at Student of the Month and I begged our kids to come back. I have. I mean, I want them to take those skills and bring them back here and help our community. Hindsight is 20/20. When is the right time to invest in our future? How many times have many of you said or heard other people say, if I had only invested this amount of money for my son's or my daughter's education back in the day, I wouldn't be taking out loans today? How many times have we say, oh gosh, if I only did that, I guess I could go on vacation, but I can't now because I didn't invest in myself. I'd like to think that a future is now. I'd like to think that if we invest now and restrict it to strictly to the college itself, is that we are giving our residents something that they need. We are giving our students of tomorrow an opportunity to get an education with a degree that they can use in our community. I would like to think that we would have an opportunity to shape the lives of others and stay here and then turn around and have the job available for them for that degree. That's the important part, having the jobs here for those degrees. I know a lot of kids want to leave this area just because they want to leave the area. They want to go and, you know, sow their wild oats at a university. But more times, it's probably 6 out of 10 times they come back because going somewhere else is not as great as they thought it was. And I'd like them to know if they do come back, they have a place that they can actually go to school here and get that degree. When is the right time to invest in our future? I think the right time to invest in our future is now. And using public funds for our future generations, I think it's worth it. I know that we have a lot of things that we need to spend money on. Every city has a lot of things they need to spend money on. We're never going to have enough money to spend on everything. But I ask my council members, when is it the right time to say yes to the future? Thank you.
Thank you. Mayor Pro Tem Holliday.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Yeah, I'm struggling a bit because we have multiple choices. What do we donate to the pot? Do we donate to just the university? Do we donate just to the student success portion that actually helps residents that can't afford to go to college? And then, as Mr. Ellis said, this is really symbolic. $5,000 or $10,000 is not going to make or break. The program's going to move forward and get built. And so it's not a question to me whether the future, it is going to affect the future, because as he said, it's going to be built. So it's a question of, do we make that symbolic gesture and say, yeah, we're going to add our name to the list? Or do we say, no, we're going to focus on what our needs are here and take that $5,000 or $10,000 and earmark it for something, whether it be the pool, the sports park, Fire Station 6, the myriad of needs that we have, even though in the big scheme of things, $5,000 or $10,000 not going to make a difference there either. So it's really symbolic when it boils down to it. I can see both sides of it. I agree with Councilwoman Stone that there are a lot of other needs, and is this the thing that we want to be symbolic about? And I'm on the fence, to be honest. So, like I said, to me, it's not about what's going to get accomplished, because if I throw $5,000 at this or I throw $5,000 at the pool, this is going to happen regardless. The pool's not going to get built for $5,000. So that's my thoughts.
Thank you. I'm in the queue, so I'll just go ahead and go. You know, I do agree with the acknowledgement, the having more options for the kids in the area is certainly going to be a great thing. You know, the customer being the kids of the area, they're going to choose this path whether we do anything or not, and frankly, whether MSJC does anything or not, because the kids are going to choose higher education, formal education by way of the virtual platform. More and more, as each passing year happens, you're seeing, you know, in our own university up north with Loma Linda, I mean, we're having to get real creative with how we offer programs because it's just so expensive for an in-person offering. When you can offer it in a virtual platform, it is absolutely more efficient, economical, and you can offer the product to the kid for cheaper, which is just overall better in some scenarios. I understand the need for the in-person thing in the appropriate applied sciences. I'm also kind of, while I do support the idea, you know, we are all up here as financial stewards for tax dollars for the residents that have trusted us to spend every single cent to be accountable to the city and what we want to happen for our constituents. I kind of view this as two separate things. You know, we can be supportive in theory, but not contribute monetarily because, as Mr. Holliday said, it does seem more symbolic. Like whether we do anything, whether the cities do anything, whether the county does anything, it seems to me that the university or the Mount San Jacinto, the platform, they're going to pursue this because it's a business. It's a way for them to exist, offering what they have to sell. And I love the product. I think it's a great addition to the city of Temecula. And I also look at this through the eyes of my employment of Loma Linda. We also are looking at opening a nursing school here. I would never want to give city funds for that effort because they are investing into the city to expand their mission, to expand what they offer as an option for nursing school or medical school for the community. I mean, they've been doing this for 120 years, and they've made the bed they lay in, and they've done a great job. Their reputation's awesome, and I'm very proud to be part of the organization. And I look forward to seeing how they come up with the money to bring a nursing school here. I think along with everything else we have coming, that will be a great addition to the city. And even in that hypothetical situation, that asset would actually be in the city of Murrieta. I would probably feel better about that, but still be reluctant to spend tax dollars in doing so, supporting it. And I'm also still like in the mindset of it, this is symbolic. And, you know, to do a proclamation or a recognition, a key to the city, a champion certification or a recognition, I mean, all that feels more appropriate in this type of thing without spending money on it. And that's just my thoughts. Councilwoman DeForest.
Thank you. Just to kind of talk about some statistics, because I know that Ron being a money man and loving numbers. So according to Forbes, 51.4% of the United States has a bachelor's degree over the age of 25. So 51% of the population has a bachelor's degree. Our region, even Murrieta, even Temecula, the number is 26.1, looking at the Southwest region. That number is less than half. So we can see that there is a definite need and there is the definite brain drain that's occurring here. When we look at statistics, economic development directly from just Mount San Jacinto College puts $500 million of economic impact to the community. Over 4,500 jobs, high-paying jobs, would be per year would be established with the university center, and that would just be with half the proposed build out. Of those high-paying jobs, those community members can buy houses and thrive in a very expensive market because we know we need to produce high-paying jobs. And how can we not support education when it helps opportunity, it helps mental health, it helps our future? And how can we not look to the future by, whether it being symbolic or not, that money would make a difference in our community. That money would have buy-in to say, Murrieta is supportive of this university center for our future and for our community. So we give to many things like nonprofits. We provide staff to go to events that are nonprofits. That staff dollars might have been as much as what would be asked to by our, for say $5,000 or $10,000. So we utilize public funds in ways, maybe not so direct, but we ask an entire team to come out to a nonprofit event and support that nonprofit event. So I believe that our future is education, and I believe that to Councilmember Stone's comment, there would be a potential for one of the floors to actually be used for Toyota, for mechanics, for trade, for other things. But those jobs aren't necessarily as high paying as some of the other jobs that have been requested to come to our community. So it's an open palette just waiting to be painted. And if it meant to bring in some different choices for our community, it is for our community and for the future of this whole region. And when the region thrives, everyone here thrives. So I thank my council for considering this. I do think that, the dollars don't come with anything. The events are also going to be, and we do spend a lot of money as a city to go to events. And with our donation comes the events, and also comes recognition on the university tower when it is built. So the city of Murrieta will stand proud that they were thinking of the future and the future of our community. So I thank you all for listening, and I appreciate your support.
Thank you, Councilman DeForest. My only follow-up comment, I guess, is I'm hearing what I can only describe as like conflating information or conflating perspective of the, well, no, like we can, I support this, but I also view it like there doesn't have to be a cent spent in supporting this, because I'm also in the camp of this is going to happen, whether we do it. And I don't actually feel if we don't contribute financially, that's saying we're not supportive of the intent.
Well, Mayor, I'm going to make the motion that the city of Murrieta.
I'd like to, I have some comments, please.
Well, I have a motion on the floor. So I'm going to make a motion that $5,000 be given to the university campaign overview of what was asked for, the 25% supporting immediate student success priorities and 75% of the $5,000 going to the university center, and honoring a legacy of a man that served our community and our future. And that would be my motion.
We have a motion on the floor.
I want to amend it. I'd like to amend that motion that if all of it would go to the university and none of it to the 15% or 25%. Thank you.
I'm fine with that motion. Yeah.
Fine. So that would be my amendment to her motion.
Thank you.
Yes, then I'm seconding it. Yes, thank you, Ron.
So just clearly, if we could just restate the motion, then we'll vote.
Okay, I'll restate my motion that $5,000 would be given to the endowment for supporting the university center, creating a legacy for our future.
Okay. Amended, and we have a second on that. Now, I believe we can discuss. Okay.
Yes.
What? Just open discussion? Okay, I'll look in the queue for those discussion points and starting points. Councilwoman Stone.
So I have some statistics here myself. Up to 52% of recent college graduates are under employed, and this remains high, with 45% still unemployed 10 years later. Approximately 1/3 of all college graduates are considered underemployed at any given time. Notes higher education particularly. So I just want to give those statistics out. Listen, again, trade schools, higher education, any type of additional trade schools are very, very important. And again, I agree with council, our mayor. A lovely proclamation in honor of Dr. Schultz's work and advocacy over the years. And education is not the only solution for the future of our students. It is trade schools as well, and we are lacking in trade schools. I would really like to see maybe us tabling this for a little bit, even though there's a motion on the table. And again, this is going to move forward whether we financially support it or not. But how do you go back to our residents and let them know how we've spent public funds for something that's way in the future when we have the needs of their requests today? And so again, I'm not adamantly opposed to higher education. What I'm opposed to is using public funds for something that's going to happen regardless, and it doesn't matter to show our support. We can show our support through a proclamation and show our support by advocating for, as Councilmember DeForest is advocating for higher education. There's a collective collaborative that is advocating for this. And again, using public funds, I don't care if it's $1. Right now, we have to be accountable to our residents of what the needs are right now. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Councilwoman Warren.
Thank you. I have a question for City Manager. Where would the funds come from?
There's probably two options. One is contingency in our operating accounts. The other is the unassigned fund balance.
Okay. I have one more question for you. When we help nonprofits, our signature events and all of that, we are essentially giving them in-kind money without them paying for it. Is that correct?
Yes, often we're basically deducting costs from what would be fees to recover labor and waiving those fees and providing that labor gratis.
Off the top of your head, do you know how much we give yearly in that regard?
I mean, our overall support of special events, off the top of my head, the significant ones, $30,000, $40,000+.
Yeah, I was just curious because I'm hearing.
I don't recall specifically.
I understand everybody's point of view here is very well taken. Everybody, and this is a tough one. I got to say,
But those signature events directly affect our residents. Directly affect our residents.
And so could some students staying in town getting educated?
Some in the future.
Okay. Thank you.
Councilwoman DeForest, the floor is yours.
I would just like to say, you know, the various different needs of our community have been looked at by our superintendents of the 5 school districts that are participating in this. Engineering, nursing, and teachers, those will not be unemployed. Those, as you know, we can't even find a civil engineer for our city. Nursing, as Mayor mentioned, our nursing is such a dramatic need that many of the medical schools are starting nursing programs because they cannot even fill the need. And that has also been discussed at the University Center. So we know we need allied health workers and teachers in this region. So the degrees that will be very specific for our region And so that's all I'd like to just say. So thank you for listening to the most amazing thing, which will be the University Center and the future for this whole region. And I would appreciate you supporting this moving forward.
Thank you. I think at this point, I would like to make an alternate motion just to support this in whatever way you wish, just without any monetary contribution, if that's something you would even entertain. So that's my motion. Any seconds?
Sorry, can you repeat that again?
To take this topic, support it any way that Councilwoman DeForest wants, with a proclamation, a resolution, whatever, but just not have any dollars tied to it.
I second that.
So are you asking the maker of the motion?
Yes.
Because that's what it sounded like.
Yes.
To amend her motion.
I won't amend.
No, I'm sorry. I'm making an alternate or
A substitute motion?
Substitute, I'm sorry, yes, substitute. That's now seconded, yes. So now we have to deal with this one first, I believe.
There can be discussion on the substitute motion. You have to deal with this.
Back up to the dais
But
for
just so we're clear,
discussion.
so I have a substitute motion.
I'll just make a comment. We've already done that. We have a resolution signed by us all, so that isn't doing nothing. We are already in full support. We've already gone down that path already. Now we need to put some money where our support was.
You put that.
Motion still stands, I guess.
Yeah, cart before the apple.
Let's discussion for any other discussion? Nope. A vote?
So there's a substitute motion, just because I'm getting a little confused. My apologies. There's a substitute motion, and Madam City Attorney just confirmed by nodding, a substitute motion by Mayor Lavelle.
Yes.
That is non-monetary,
Correct.
and a resolution or proclamation is what I'm hearing in support.
Yeah, that's, I mean, it could be more open-ended, I guess, but yeah.
So another opportunity, non-monetary.
Recognition, not monetarily.
Recognition, thank you. And I got a second by Councilmember Stone. We take the substitute motion first?
So now roll call vote.
I'm going to have to do a roll call vote on that. Okay, I'm going to do that. Councilmember Warren?
No.
Councilmember DeForest?
No.
Councilmember Stone?
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Holliday?
Yes.
Mayor Lavelle?
Yes.
Motion carries 3-2 with council members Warren and DeForest dissenting.
Thank you. All right, moving on. Next up, we have the approval of a billboard reconstruction agreement with the Dominigoni Barton Properties. Staff, what do we have? And may we have the report?
Thank you, Mayor, and thank you for beginning with approval that takes all the pressure off. Mayor Lavelle, Mayor Pro Tem Holliday, and City Council members, we're here before you today to discuss a billboard reconstruction agreement. I am joined by David Chantarangsu, our Development Services Director. And this is regarding the Triangle. It's a project you might have heard of in the past. The Triangle is located at the confluence of the 15 and 215 freeways. And as David Chantarangsu says, it is the most important project in his career. There are currently 2 billboards that are there. You can see them in the images. And they are old static billboards. We're looking to have those removed. And the goal of this is to help to support the development of the Triangle site, also to help attract and incentivize large big box retailers to the site. And I'll explain how we formatted the agreement to try to help assist that. Just a note, the billboards were anticipated by the approved 2024 specific plan amendment that your council approved, included in the 2024 environmental clearance documents, and sign operational standards are included in Exhibit E that you have in the agreement. This is an image of what the new modern digital billboards would look like. So you'll see that they've got the city logo, they've got the Triangle logo. They're fresh and clean, and they are now digital instead of static. I will make a note that on those digital billboards, the city will have public service announcement opportunities, so we'll be able to spread out messages to our community on a very visible site. So the agreement, the way we framed it, is going to remove 2 of the existing legal non-conforming billboards. Those are the static billboards we showed. And they're going to authorize the reconstruction of 2 new billboards. That'll be the digital billboards. This includes a revenue sharing provision in which the city will receive commissions on the billboards. And let me state that the idea here isn't for the city to make revenue from the billboards. The idea here is for the city to get nothing. We are not here seeking to make money off of the billboards. That is a provision in case things go awry. And so by that I mean the city would waive any kind of fees or commissions for the first 15 years to allow this project to get off the ground. So there would be no revenue coming to the city for the first 15 years. This is a common practice. I believe that the Triangle Group has sent about 15 examples of other cities that have done similar non-revenue taking agreements to help projects get going. This gives them some time and some revenue coming into the site while they seek to develop it. Now, after the 15-year mark, the city has 3 options. We could receive 25% of the annual revenue from the billboards, and that would be if there is a functioning, developed commercial site there, meaning there are certificates of occupancy on commercial use. But if there are none, the city would receive 30%. So this is a disincentivization of not developing. So if the Triangle does not develop in the next 15 years, the city would receive 30%. And you might ask how we came up with 30%. Well, the billboards, to have them run and operated and advertised on, cost about 25%, paying out to Lamar, who I believe is their anticipated partner. The ongoing maintenance is 5%, so you've gotten 30%. If the city takes 30%, that leaves 40% for the debt service on the construction of the billboards, meaning there's nothing left for them. It wouldn't make much sense to ask for any more. So the real answer here is if at that time there's a large big box retailer on the site, meaning at least 150,000 square feet, the city takes nothing. The city's not in the billboard business to try to make a commission on this. The city is trying to be a partner on the Triangle site, help assist them to get developed. And by taking nothing, it gives them some more revenue stream to help build the site. And if we get the large big box retailer, the commission stream from digital billboards would be negligible compared to what the revenue stream would be from sales tax. So that is how we've structured the agreement. And with that, staff recommends that you approve the billboard reconstruction agreement between the City of Murrieta and Dominigoni Barton Properties LLC, authorizing the removal of the 2 existing legal non-conforming billboards and the reconstruction of 2 new billboards on the developer's property. And also to authorize the city manager to execute the agreement. But in addition, we'd like to ask you to authorize the city manager to execute a future license agreement in case any of the building that they're doing on the digital billboards falls into right-of-way from old property easements that may have existed when there was some prior loop road that was on the site that might be going away. But for now, these easements exist. So authorizing the city manager to sign any agreements in that respect. Now, with that, we are here to answer any questions you have. If they are of the 30,000-foot view variety, I'm here to answer them. If they are hard-hitting, deep questions, David is here to answer them. Thank you.
Noted. David looks ready for this. Bring it up to council for questions. Mayor Pro Tem Holliday.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. In your presentation, it says includes a revenue sharing provision under which the city will receive an annual fee beginning 15 years after each new billboard begins generating revenue.
We are here for 2, so they might not build at the identical time. So 15 years commencing from their operation and revenue generation.
And there are only 2.
At this time, there are only 2.
At this time.
The future is the undiscovered country.
So I thought back when we did this whole redesigning billboards, getting rid of static, adding dynamic billboards, that we limited the amount. In fact, I thought we cut it in half.
Across the city, in the case of the Triangle, there was a specific plan in a little bit of a different environment. The Triangle sits in a unique location between 2 freeways with 2 freeway corridors rising above them. So I can imagine a world in which one hit the other freeway side of the 215.
So these 2 that are planned are going to be on the 15 side.
Correct.
And so you could envision at some point coming back to this or a future council saying, hey, we want 1 or 2 on the other side.
I would imagine, given the Caltrans rules, it would probably be one, but yes.
Okay. I just obviously don't want it to look like Las Vegas.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Councilwoman Stone.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Mr. Dominigoni, I have a question for you. Why don't you come right here to the podium? I'm going to put you on the spot. I know that this has been a vision of yours for about 30 years, and it's finally here, I believe. My question to you is, when do you plan on breaking ground?
This year.
Fantastic. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Get that in writing.
Notarized.
Tiffany, are you in the queue? Okay.
Yeah, I just want to clarify for the recommendation, there's a reference to a license agreement. It's not part of the agenda tonight. It's a license agreement that we'll be working on, but we're asking you to authorize the city manager to sign it.
Gotcha.
Thank
We don't know what it will say yet, but that's the route we're going to pursue.
You know what it'll say? It'll say that the billboards will be on city property until their map is finalized, and then it will become their property. So for that interim period, they need to have the right to be on the city property.
And then Scott can't play Call of Duty on them, correct?
Scott can play Call of Duty. Sure.
Okay. Are you back in, Cindy? Oh, new. Okay.
Yes.
Well, I have Lori. Is it back to
Lori,
Lori?
are you back in?
Okay.
Oh, okay.
To you, Cindy.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Mayor. Okay, I have a question. When does the time clock start? Is it as each one is in full operation?
Yes, once they begin generating revenue. And
Okay,
then there's a
so
15-year
one could
deferral
go
period.
up in a year, and then that would start, and then the other one could be up in 2 years, and then that would start.
Presumably, I'd hope.
So they could overlap, that there would be some overlap.
That's why we mentioned that they each start from when they begin.
Okay.
The revenue generation period is what kicks it off because they might not start the same day.
Okay, and our attorney, I just want to make sure I'm clear on this. We are not agreeing to an agreement, we are agreeing to assigning responsibilities. Is that correct? That we would give city manager authority to sign an agreement, but we are not approving any agreement tonight.
You're approving the concept of the agreement. The actual agreement is not in front of you.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
I feel like we should do a game show. Patrick Ellis, you want to come on down? Are you going to talk on this? You have to run down the aisle, though. I'll open the public comments now. Sorry. Yeah. Now. Yeah.
Sorry, I hope you felt my wrath as I left during the last piece. No, just kidding. Now I'm in my hat as President and CEO of the Murrieta Chamber of Commerce. Obviously, we support this agreement. Anything that helps move this project along, we are very much in support of having this anchor for our entire valley accessible to everybody and support Andy and Saul and what they're doing and trying to get this through. So we are 100% in favor of this agreement. And as they had shown and as Scott and David showed, this is not something that we're trying to create. We're not reinventing the wheel. The wheel's been in motion for quite some time. And so we support what they're doing. So thank you.
I appreciate it. Now that the public comments is open officially, is there anyone else, Madam City Clerk?
Seeing none.
Thank you. I will now close the public comments. Back up to council member comments. Anything? Further discussion? All right, I'd like to call for a motion in a second, and I have a motion from Councilwoman DeForest and a second from Councilwoman Warren. Please vote.
Motion carries unanimously, 5-0.
Thank you, gentlemen. All right, moving right along. Reconsideration. Madam City Clerk, would you like to take this one?
Now is the time for council member requests to add or withdraw items to future agendas. I apologize. Now is the time for city council members to provide a reconsideration. Are there any council requests? Seeing none, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Can you please go over
Yes.
future agenda?
Council member requests to add or withdraw?
Yes.
Of course. Now is the time for council members to request to add or withdraw items to future agendas. There will be no discussion on the request, and a brief explanation of the request may be given. The merit of the items being requested may not be discussed or debated. Are there any council requests? Seeing none.
And lastly, can we please go over closed session agenda?
Yes, and for the record, there are no public comments on closed session items or any others.
Thank you.
You're welcome. The City Council will conduct a closed session pursuant to Government Code Section 54957.6 with the city manager, assistant city manager, deputy city manager, city attorney, and city negotiators regarding labor negotiations with the Murrieta Police Officers Association, Murrieta Police Management Association, Murrieta Firefighters Association, and Murrieta Fire Management Association. This council will also conduct a closed session pursuant to Government Code Section 54956.9D2. There is significant exposure to litigation for 5 cases.
Thank you. And with that, we're going to...
After. Okay, never mind.
With that, we're going to recess to closed session at 6:13. We'll be back. Welcome back. Madam City Attorney, can you please report out on closed session?
Thank you, Mayor. The City Council met in closed session on 6 items. The first was to confer with labor negotiators pursuant to Government Code Section 54957.6. On this item, the council was updated. No reportable action. The next 5 items were all regarding anticipated litigation pursuant to Government Code Section 54956.9D2. In 3 of the items, the council was updated, asked questions, and gave directions. No reportable action. In the 4th item, the City Council unanimously authorized, and I forgot on one of those anticipated litigations, Councilmember Stone recused herself due to a conflict for owning property near the subject property. So on the 4th matter, the City Council unanimously authorized the initiation of litigation regarding property located at 29184 Via Princesa. And on the 5th item, the City Council unanimously authorized litigation against property located at 39651 Corte Gata. Thank you.
Thank you. If my council would just give me a quick second. 6 years ago, I moved to my house on Greer Road. There's 5 people that live on that road that I know of. I first met my neighbor, Greg Morris, borrowing his tractor. Slowly became his friend, lots of great memories with him. He lost his life last night in a long battle with colon cancer. So just want to say to his wife, we're definitely, the city's here for you. Greg will be missed. And I really enjoyed my friendship while he was here. And we love you guys. Thank you. This meeting is adjourned.